Welcome everyone to Vested Interests, and on this video we are going to cover the dividends and options we received in February, kind of wrap up the month of February. We're a little over a week into March already, so I thought we'd take a look back in time and kind of wrap up the last month we just exited. Before we get too far in the video, if you could do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button down below if you find any value in the content. If you are a dividend growth investor, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the Vested Interest community. Click that subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I put out any new content. I do this video series where we wrap up the previous month, look at all the options and dividends that we received last month. Usually about a week in or right as we exit the previous month there. So we're about, like I said, a week into March. We'll take a look back at February. And there is also the thanks button down below for anyone who might want to buy me a cup of tea. Really appreciate everyone who's taking the time to watch, comment, and like the videos. And a special thank you to the subscribers out there. You guys and gals are awesome. The channel continues to grow because of people like you. Doing all of that doesn't take but a couple seconds of your time, but it really does help out a small YouTube channel like mine. It does help with the YouTube algorithm to spread the videos a little bit further. So appreciate everyone who's taking the time to do that. Now dividends, let's start off there. We did receive $9,090.26 in dividends, so not quite $1,000, but it's not going to be very long from now that we will be over $1,000 every month, getting very, very close to that. I think this will be the last month here for this payout, these companies that pay out in this timeline to be under $1,000. Definitely will be over $1,000 in the next payout in May. That'll be the next time these companies pay out. But this $990.26 was broken up between multiple companies. So let's look at it. AT&T, ticker T, out of the communication sector. They paid us on the 3rd of February, $110.17. And I do have the drip set on all my positions. So anytime a company pays out dividends, it goes right back in and buys more shares of the same company, right? So this 110 here would have went right back in and bought more shares of AT&T. Verizon also paid us on the 3rd, ticker VZ, also out of the communication sector, paid us $244.69. And CVS, ticker CVS, out of the healthcare sector, paid us $160.23. Again, all on Monday, the 3rd of February. Now we jump over to February 14th, Valentine's Day. We received $72.27 from Ally Bank. That is the bank that I bank with, also where I have my whole portfolio, my daughter's custodial accounts, my checking account, my savings account. Ticker ALLY obviously is a bank. Enterprise Product Partners, ticker EPD, out of the energy sector, paid us $156.38. Then we jump over to the 18th of February. We received dividends from Omega Healthcare Investors, ticker OHI, out of the REIT and real estate sector, paid us $200.63. And last but certainly not least, Procter & Gamble, ticker PG, out of the consumer staples sector, paid us $45.89. Again, total received for the month of February in dividends, $990.26. Right? So if I didn't have the drip set, obviously I'd put that money into my bank and I could pay some bills out of it. I could pay I don't have a car, my truck is paid off, but if I did have a vehicle payment, car or truck payment, I could obviously pay my vehicle payment, probably pay my insurance, pay my utility bill, one of my utility bills or a couple of my utility bills. This would not quite pay my mortgage, but would pay a big chunk of it if that's what I wanted to use for. So that is the idea behind dividends. Eventually I will be able to use these funds to live off of. But until I'm ready to do that, again, I have the drip set, so I reinvest my dividends and I continually dollar cost average into the portfolio every week. All right, total dividends. January, we received $522.75. February, $990.26. That's what we just went over. So total to date so far, $1,513.01. And then options. Options have not been going very well this year with the crazy markets that we have. I am very conservative with options. I'm trying to keep the positions that I have as well as collect a little bit of options premium. So we've only had really options in a couple of weeks so far this year, even though we're already into March. But last month we did have a couple that went through. On the 24th, we had this Pfizer, 3 contracts there and 2 contracts for HPQ. Total $123.33 for options in February. And again, not going very well in options. $9.45 in January, the $123.33 in February, total $132.78 in options. And again, markets are very crazy, up one day, down the next, and pretty big swings, 3-4% in either directions. Some companies, a lot of companies really are 5, 10, even 12% down or up in any one position or any one direction on any one day. So very hard to get into options right now unless you are playing in the money, where you're just collecting the options premium and you're not worried about the positions being called away. Maybe it's a little bit easier. But for me, being as conservative as I am, it has not been a very good start to the year for options. All right, so the total February cash flow, this is options and dividends received, $1,113.59. So again, could use that for a payment for my vehicle if I had a vehicle payment, insurance, mortgage, rent, if I was to turn off the DRIP. But again, I am reinvesting dividends, and any options that I get are going right back into the portfolio as well. Total dividends to date, we saw $1,513.01. Total options, $132.78. So total cash flow to date, options and dividends, $1,645.79. All right, and on this slide, I'm really highlighting the February year-over-year increase. As you can see here, looking at February, last year we received $854.63 in dividends. This year we received $990.26. Total increase year over year, 15.87%. And you can see that's pretty much a steady with every month, except for this one right here, where we sold out of some positions and we had to drop down. But for the most part, it is a nice steady growth in dividends year over year, every year. Right there's a downturn, but here even July, even after those sell right there, we saw an increase from the previous year after that downturn. So sometimes we may see a little bit of a downturn when we reallocate or adjust funds. If we sell out of some positions, move some funds into other ones, that's what happened here. But overall, just like February here in January, nice steady growth in dividends year over year. And that's really what you want to see. That's what I'm trying to show here, right? Over time, as you add new capital, as the positions in the portfolio you've already bought pay out dividends, and if you have the DRIP set, those dividends get reinvested, you will see the same thing. Now, I know I invest more than the average investor, probably more than a lot of you watching the channel, but it doesn't matter if you're investing $10 a month, $10 a week, $100 a month, $100 a week, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a week, whatever it is, you're going to see a similar uptrend if you continue to dollar cost average. Well, one, if you positioned yourself in good companies, right? You know what you're buying. They're good companies. They're growing over time. They're growing their dividends. They're expanding their margins, that sort of thing. They're paying down debt. They've got cash on hand to pay all their debt, more assets over liabilities, right? Their price to book look good. Price to earnings look good. Price to sales, if you're looking at that. All of those are good, and you're invested in good companies. If you're continually adding, right, and good prices, you've set a price you want to buy it at or a range you want to buy at, and you're sticking to those, you should see very similar results, year-over-year increases, and really quarter-over-quarter increases incrementally as well, as you dollar cost average into the positions, as they pay out dividends and get reinvested and buy more shares of the companies. So 15.87% year-over-year increase, really nice to see. And that is really it, wrapping up the month of February. Let me know what positions paid you dividends in February. How are options going for you if you are in options? And how is your portfolio doing? It has been a very crazy start to the year. One day tariffs are on, one day tariffs are off. I don't know if the market really knows which way it's going. Eventually, we will see a huge downturn if this continues, in my opinion. We may just see a downturn overall if the market continues to pull back, if jobs continue to slow, and we see the overall economic conditions pull back. I think the overall market will follow. But for now, up one day, down the next, down one day, up the next, seems to be the trend we are in so far for 2025. Well, as always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the vested interest community. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, or suggestions for future topics. I do a Stock Pick of the Day video series Monday through Thursday also, where we take a look at a company stock that's pulled back on the day and see if it's presenting any value. So if you tune into those daily videos and you want me to cover a company that you like, put it in the comment section. I'll work into the rotation on a day it pulls back. And this is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investment journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can lose money. You should never invest any amount you're not comfortable losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and selected criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.